For 2025, we are no longer going to be bound by our expenses, women or people over 40. We're breaking down strongholds with this because I'm going to share how I budget my paychecks from paycheck to paycheck. Now, this is great, especially if you are a beginner. Hello, my name is Jackie D McKeever. I'm your favorite Southern coach. Today, I'm breaking down my bi weekly budget for those of you who have been where I have been, living paycheck by paycheck, and you are in a debt. I'm sharing some of my secrets that helped me free myself of over $205,000 of debt. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to list all our expenses. Before we list our expenses, I just need to give you a few definitions. So, fixed expenses are generally things like rent, utilities, car notes, insurance. They usually stay the same. Okay. They are a must. You must have a place to stay. You must have utilities. You must. And they have due dates. Veritable expenses, sometimes they can be wants or needs. They may be required, it may be a must, okay, for you. However, they do not have a specific due date. Things like food, gas, personal items, or personal expenses, laundry supplies, those are examples. So, we're not stopping there. I'm taking you step by step. So, follow me. Let's say each month you pay $1,000 for rent. When you list your expenses, not only do I want you to list your expenses, I want you to list when they are due. So let's say for rent. For rent, you pay $1,000 on the first, right? Electric, you pay $228 on the 28th. Water, you pay $75 on the 15th. It's due on the 15th, excuse me. These are due dates. On for your car note, you pay $400 due on the 15th, and you add all your fixed expenses and it equals $925. For variable expenses, let's say because you have a credit card, and we're not going to go in real big detail in this example of this simple biweekly budget to keep it simple. That way, if you are a beginner, you're starting a new journey, it'll be easier for you to follow. But let's say you use your credit card, and because you have access to a credit card, you're able to spend $150 a pay period, right? But you have reached the point in your life where you don't want to be so dependent on a credit card. You want to break free, just like I broke free of over $205,000 of debt. Your gas biweekly is $40. Every 2 weeks, you spend $30 on personal items. Your laundry cost, this includes supplies and washing your clothes, is $30 every 2 weeks. And right now, because you're beginning, we're spending $0 in savings. The next thing you want to do, the reason why I wanted you to keep track of when things are due, I want you to separate the columns. When is your one column is going to be the 1st through the 14th. The other column is going to be the 15th through the 30th, just like here. Rent 1,000 due on the 1st. Credit card $25 due on the 14th. Water $75 due on the 15th. Car note $400 due on the 15th. Electric $225 due on the 28th. Car insurance $200 due on the 28th. And you want to add the totals. This is why I circled them. because we added those totals. You might say, well, where is the variable expenses? They're not there. Slow down. We're getting to that. The next thing I want you to do is divide your paychecks. You get paid bi-weekly. So you're in between the 1st and the 14th, you got one check. In between the 15th and the 30th, that's your other check. Now, I know if you get paid bi-weekly, you have 26 paychecks in a whole year, but we're keeping it simple by just using two checks, okay? So, remember, the fix for this pay period, the 1st through the 14th, was 1025. The fixed amount for the 15th is 900. This does not include the variable expenses. We're adding those in a minute. So, the first thing, because these are your must have, the next thing I need you to do is take your income. This is your take home pay. This is not all your expenses and taxes. This is what you take home. This is what you have in your bank account. This is what put the person that you work for puts in your hands every 2 weeks. And you're going to subtract your fixed expenses from the 1st through the 14th, just like we did here, which we ended up with $187.50. Then we did the same thing through the 15th through the 30th, which we ended up with $312.50. You're following what I'm dropping? Okay, we almost there. This is what y'all been waiting on. This is what you waiting on. We're at plugging in the variable expenses. Now, because we are freeing ourselves of depending on credit cards, right? We are focusing right here on the variable expenses. Now, this $187.50, this was what was left over previously. $187.50 after we spent our fixed expenses. So this is the income left. This is the other side for the 15th through the 30th. We had $312.50. Now, because we've used our groceries in order to have $150 every pay period on groceries, we decide not to depend on groceries. How are we going to conquer that situation? We do it by, okay, 150 plus 150 is what? 300. So what we did was we broke it down. We're using the zero balance method. And simply we gave all our dollars an assignment and we ended up with zero, at least right now. So in order to do that, we took 150. Okay, we know that 150 is 300. We took the 300 and we subtracted by what we had left when we added the gas, the personal items. This right here, the $40, $30 and $30, this equals 100. That's 100 of the $187. Then all we have left is this $87.50, right? That means that we'll have zero remaining. But guess what? You said, well, I'm not going to have no food. Yes, you will. You have been spending $300 a month. The only thing we did was balance it out. We put the remaining of the $300 over here on the second check where we have more income available. Because remember, 30 plus 30 plus 30 is $100. $100, and that left us with $212.50. That allowed us to zero everything out, still have the $300 that we use to buy our groceries a month, except for instead of spending 150 bi-weekly, one pay period, we're spending $87.50. The next pay period, we're gonna be great stewards of our money, and we're gonna spend $212.50. And there you have it. If you apply this method, we're going to put it all together. If you put it all together, you see the 1st through the 15th. Here's the groceries, and in the blue are the variable expenses. The fixed expenses are in the green, and we still end up with zero balance. So we're still taking care of all our needs. Okay? We accomplished not depending on the credit card. Okay. That way we can use the credit card for things like emergency repairs. Could be. So, this is the first step in becoming debt free in this year. If you're ready for more, make sure that you watch the video where we started talking about our finances, and it's going to follow this video. And if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe